For those of you that only follow me on here and aren't following me on Twitter or Instagram, I just wanted to give you guys a little update about what's kind of going on in my life and how, if you wanted, you could meet me this year in 2018. So I got a couple cool things going on that I want to talk about. One of those things is the Vans Warped Tour. This has been such a huge part of my life, just like in general. Warped Tour kind of it was like a sacred space for me to kind of grow and do some self-discovery. This is the last summer that they're doing Warped Tour. It's been 24 years. This will be the 24th year. And I've been going to Warped Tour since I was 13, and I think I maybe missed 2 since then. And for the past 5 years, I've went to literally every single Warped Tour. There's like maybe 40 every summer, or 30 or something like that. And so what I'm trying to say is that I'm gonna be on Warped Tour all summer. Check out these dates right here. And if any of these dates are near you, buy a ticket and come hang out. I would be so honored to meet you. And you know, this is the last time that you will ever have the opportunity to go to Warped Tour and to meet me in this kind of setting, you know, to meet me at Warped Tour. I have my own tent there. It's called Stay Happy, Stay Weird, which is a clothing company that I've been running like pretty much out of high school. I leave all the links below. You can check out Stay Happy, Stay Weird. You can check out Warped Tour. You can see some of the bands that are playing. Oh, I forgot Taking Back Sunday's playing. I'm so excited. I don't think I've ever seen Taking Back Sunday, but I love that band. Sum 41, Under Oath. I forgot Under Oath was playing too. The Main. I love The Main. Simple Plan. Tonight Alive. If you guys don't know who Tonight Alive is, you should definitely check out Tonight Alive. Another way that you can meet me, and something that I'm really excited about, is I'm thinking about, I'm doing a retreat. It's my friend JR, who was given the name Bhagwan Das from our guru Shyam Sundar Das, the jungle Baba that you've seen in my travel vlogs from India. Me and JR are starting a retreat in India either late September or early October. I'm thinking probably early October. Anyone can come. I don't have all the details yet, but this is kind of me just saying, like, start saving if you want to come to India with me. If this pans out perfectly, this is how I imagine it to go. So we start out in New Delhi. We all meet up in New Delhi. I think realistically we're going to reserve 40 spots. We start off in New Delhi and we make our way to the jungle. In between Delhi and the jungle where we will be hanging out, there's the Taj Mahal. Everyone, you know, you pretty much don't go to India without going to the Taj Mahal. I didn't see it when I went, so we would be experiencing this for the first time together. And then we're going to go to Gwalior, which is like the main area where we will be staying. And Gwalior has some really cool stuff, like Gwalior Fort. And we'll go there and we'll do all this cool kind of touristy stuff. And then about an hour and a half outside of Gwalior, in the middle of the jungle, there's Shyam Sundar Das Baba. The only way I can really describe who Shyam Sundar Das Baba is like a modern day, imagine if you could go back in time and meet the Buddha. That's pretty much what this experience is. So, or if you're familiar with the story of Ram Dass and how Ram Dass kind of went to India and brought people from the West to be with Neem Karoli Baba, and they all kind of learned this Eastern spirituality, which essentially gave birth to the hippie movement of the 60s, 70s. Which, this is the echo of that. My YouTube channel is the echo of Ram Dass going to India to meet Neem Karoli Baba, and now this is kind of the resurrection of that. You know, this is actually how I met this guru, was from the people at the Ram Dass Foundation. I was with them in India, and they took me to the jungle to meet this guy that's just been meditating in a cave for the past 30 years or something crazy. You know, it's just this like a truly liberated person. And I spent, you know, like a week with them, I think, maybe a little bit over a week, and it was like, it was a very interesting experience in the sense that I had like an ego-shattering experience, an awakening experience. You know, I wasn't able to fully process it until after I left India, what happened, you know, that I was in the jungle with this guy, you know, and I had all my expectations of what a saint is, you know, or what a Buddha is, or what an enlightened person is. I kind of had my expectations shattered when I met him. I would like all of you to come with me again to meet him for a second time at this retreat. I don't have a name for the retreat yet, and I don't have how much it's going to cost or anything like that, but I'm going to make it as cheap as possible. Like, I did the math a little bit, and I'm thinking the tickets to come to the retreat to reserve your spot will only be $300. About. Don't like hold that to me right now because I still have to crunch some numbers, but it's going to be as cheap as possible, and $300 just will get you from New Delhi to like the transportation, and it'll get you food. You'll have to pay for your own hotel rooms. I'm going to try to work out like a cheap kind of deal for all of us to go to the same kind of hotel. But I'm going to vlog the whole thing. It's going to be so fun. We're all just going to cram in a bus or a couple cars, and we're going to drive around India together. Big group, you know, this big rainbow family of love and light, and we're just going to, you know, it's going to be pretty casual. It's not going to be like any workshops or anything like that. We're just going to hang out. It's just basically going to be just us hanging out in the jungle with this crazy teacher that is just going to like shatter your world and blow your mind. Being in India is going to blow your mind. It can change the way that like I understand America and the way that like I was raised, and just my view of Earth. Like, coming home was more culturally shocking than it was to be in India. Like, the poverty and stuff is pretty overwhelming, and the trash, and like the exotic culture coming from America to this Eastern place, you know, to this Asian country. It's, you know, just kind of shocking in its own right because we weren't raised in that kind of way. But seeing what the real world kind of has to go through, because this is the real world, you know, this is like most of the world lives like this. And we don't know that living here. And so that will be your first kind of spiritual experience. But, you know, just being with what they call in India satsang, it's like just being in a spiritual kind of gathering, a spiritual community together, a little group of us just like loving and growing and just like being happy in a space together, in a sacred space where we are all holding space for each other's growth and for, you know, whatever kind of stuff we're dealing with. We can talk to each other, and we can, you know, this is what I really hope happens, is that the Baba takes us even deeper into the jungle, into another temple that he has, and explore this crazy ancient temple and we can ask the Baba all kinds of questions about life, or, you know, whatever you want to ask him. And maybe he might even give you names, you know. And that would be really cool. That's a really special thing, to be given a name from a saint. And he's real keen to get people to identify with a more spiritual part of themselves. And that's a way to do that, you know, by giving someone a name. So that might happen, and I would be totally honored to see you guys in that kind of setting. So if this is just something you're into, you know, you gotta get to New Delhi from wherever you live. That's the first and probably most expensive part. India is dirt cheap, so hotels and stuff like that, it's so cheap. You know, so it's probably roughly going to be around September 25th to October 1st or something like that is probably when it's going to start. So you're going to look for tickets around those times, and you're probably going to want to come 2 days before to adjust to the kind of time switch and stuff like that. And we'll all hang out in Delhi for like a day before the retreat starts, and, you know, like, I'll pick you up from the airport. I'll probably, you know, hopefully be able to personally get every person and make sure everyone is just smooth, you know, there's no like kind of chaos of having to figure out what to do once you land in India. Like, I'll have it all situated. And then after the retreat, which will be a week long, we'll spend a week in the jungle, I'm going to head to Rishikesh, and you guys are welcome to head to Rishikesh or explore India or whatever you want to do. I recommend at least spending 10 days in India. At least spending 10 days in India. So if you would like to reserve a spot, you can send me an email, and I will explain to you how you can make a deposit and claim your spot. There's no profit being made from this retreat, so it's going to be, like I said, your transportation and your food, and the rest of it's going to the village and to the ashram for facilitating us and, you know, just kind of holding space for us to be there. The village people are very poor, and even though it's in the jungle, they have trouble with crops and water, you know, a water shortage. So we're gonna help out with that too. So I'm rambling at this point. I love you guys. Make sure to click subscribe down there if you're not subscribed to me. I will see you guys at Warped Tour. I'll be at every single date, and hopefully I'll see you in India. I don't know. So peace, love, and something else. I don't know what to say.